Hey guys! I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. I welcome you to my videos. I really appreciate all the support that you guys have been sending my way. I hope that you guys are learning from my videos. And again, if you have any suggestions for future videos, please send them my way. I'm always looking for new and more suggestions. I don't actually remember the person's name who asked me this question. I forgot to write it down, I'm sorry. But they asked me a question about how not to care about what other people think about you. It's such a generic question, such an abstract question, but it's such an important one because for the longest time as an individual, as a female, as an INFJ, as a person, I cared a lot about what people thought about me. It was intense to the point that I could barely breathe sometimes from panicking at the thought of what other people thought about me, right? I would overanalyze this over and over again over a long period of time, so much so that I couldn't sleep at night, overthinking it, right? Thinking about what other people are thinking about me. When in fact, the probable truth is that they never thought about me. They never gave me a single moment of thought. And they're probably just concerned about their own stuff and their own shit. And they don't care, right, about an individual like me. They have other things to worry about. But as a person, I did spend a lot of my time, a lot of my energy, and a lot of my strength on this nonsense. It was actually really draining, emotionally draining, physically exhausting. I spent so much of my time worrying about this kind of shit. I'm so glad that I don't do that as often anymore. Sometimes I do have moments where I think to myself, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Why do I say these things? Actually, a lot of times when I do these videos and I say something really awkward, and I think to myself after, I'm like, oh shit. The good thing is that these videos actually really help me because, in fact, I'm being awkward and weird around hundreds of people, right? Hundreds of people, thousands of people listen to these videos. And so after a while, you just kind of forget about it and you think, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to think about that stuff because if I start thinking about it, then it's just going to drive me crazy. A couple of techniques that I use in order to not care about what other people think is the first one that I've already told you. To realize that most people are way too busy in their own heads, in their own lives, in their own shit to actually care or think about someone else. Now think about yourself itself, right? If you see someone falling on the ground, stumbling, being stupid, do you spend that much time thinking about that individual? Probably not. You give them perhaps 10 seconds of thought, perhaps even that. And then you walk on and you move on to something else that you're thinking about yourself. Perhaps you're worrying about whether you're getting fat. Perhaps you're worrying about the fact that your eyes are getting weaker or your eyesight's getting worse, or the fact that the air quality in Chiang Mai sucks right now. Things like that. There's so many other things that an individual has to think about that they cannot spare that much thought to someone else. They really cannot, right? It just does not make any sense to them. It's not going to make any sense to any individual to spend too much time thinking about someone else unless they're in love with them, right? And they're thinking about them because they're like, oh, I love this person, I really want to tell them. Unless that. Or they hate you, which is also just a form of love. You know, if you really hate someone, I think it's because you love them secretly. Terrible. I'm terrible. Anyways, I'm kind of obsessed with love right now. And I've been noticing that hate and love are just two parts of the same thing. But anyways, so that's the first thing I would actually tell everyone who's worried about the people who are thinking of them. They're actually not thinking about you. They really are not. Really, seriously, I'm telling you, they are not thinking of you. I know it's a narcissistic thing, or it's just a human thing to think that other people are thinking of us, that we are the center of the universe. But we're not. We're not the center of the universe. We're just one individual, one molecule in hundreds of millions and billions of molecules. And really, if you think about it, if the essence of it is that no one is really thinking about you as much as you think about yourself, right? So you can actually just completely forget about that because no one is worrying about you or thinking about you. Unless, it's your mother and she's worrying about you, or if you're far away from her or something like that. Like, yes, she's thinking about you. But really, we're not concerned about that. We're concerned about people in our circle, or we're concerned about someone that we like, or we're concerned about when we're walking on the street. People are not thinking of you. They might glance at you and they might look at you briefly, and then they might think about you for a few seconds, as I said, but instantaneously other things will take over their mind. There's so many other things for an individual to think about, right? Their bills, their mortgage, their taxes, their their family, their kids, their significant other, their other mistress, or whatever it might be, right? There's a billion things for an individual to think about. They don't have time to think about you. So that's the main way I actually move through the world, is that, when I start kind of going into that loop in my head where I'm like, oh my God, that person's thinking badly of me, instantaneously I catch myself and I tell myself, boom, are you seriously being so freaking narcissistic that you think that this person is actually going to spend time thinking about you? Are you really seriously so conscious of yourself or so self-centered that you're going to think that someone else is actually going to spend time thinking about you? Really? Are you really going to do that to yourself? Because the truth is, I barely spend any time thinking about someone else. I really don't have time or space in my head for it. I have mangas to read, and I have I have animes to watch, and I have videos to do, and I have shit to do, right? I don't have time to think about all this stuff. So that's one of the main ways I would tell any individual, especially if you're younger, to remember that people, especially people in your friend circle or in your school, you're probably worrying about, oh my God, this person's thinking about me badly or goodly. Goodly is not a word, but are they thinking about me good or bad? Or either way, it doesn't matter, because they're probably not thinking about you. They're probably worried about their own status in the school. They're probably worried about their own grades, their parents, perhaps their parents are divorcing, perhaps their sister doesn't love them anymore, whatever it might be. There's 100 billion things for an individual to worry about, one of which is not you. They're not thinking about you, right? The second way to stop worrying about what people, or if people are thinking about you, or caring about what people think about you, not only the fact that they're not thinking about you, but that should kind of eliminate all of it. But if you're still worried about it, to remember that, and this is one of the main techniques I use for myself, is to remember that to care about someone else's opinion of you is so useless, because first of all, you can't change their opinion of you. Can you go around changing other people's opinion of you? No. All you can do is be the best person that you possibly can and do the best that you can, and that's all. If people think badly of you even then there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot change someone else's opinion of you. You cannot, and I'm going to repeat this over and over again, you cannot change someone else's opinion of you. There's no way you can do that unless you actually, I don't know, electric shock them or something, do something stupid like that, which you're not going to. All you can do, as I said, is be the best person that you possibly can. Be the best version of yourself that you possibly can. Do the best you can. And even if despite of that people hate you, then let them hate you. Let them despise you. That's fine. You've done the best you can. You cannot change their opinion of you. I also would like to tell you guys that everyone on this planet is insecure, doubtful, filled with anxiety, and miserable. Everyone on this planet is in the same level as you, is basically what I'm saying. No one is better than you, no one is worse than you. We're all at the same level. We seriously are all at the same level. So why would I worry about someone else's opinion of me when they themselves are not better than me? They're not. No one is better than me. No one's worse than me. I am exactly the same as everyone else. No matter who they are. They might be celebrities. They might be millionaires, billionaires. They might be whoever, like Elon Musk. He's not better than me in any way. He's just an individual, a human being who's done amazing things. But he's not better than me. I'm not worse than him. We're all at the same level, right? I use Elon Musk as an example because my friends, my guy friends are obsessed with him. They love him. They want to marry him, and they're men. Straight men too. Anyways, so why would you worry about someone else's opinion of you when they themselves have no idea what they're doing with their lives, right? Most of the people that I am surrounded by, everyone that I'm surrounded by has no idea what they're doing with their lives. They're doubtful, they're filled with doubt, they're filled with anxiety, they're filled with misery, they're filled with all this stuff, and I'm going to worry about what they think of me? Why? They themselves have no idea what they're doing with their lives. Why would I worry about their opinion of me? Perhaps if it was Buddha, I'd be like, all right, cool. If Buddha thinks that I'm crazy or stupid, then I'll be like, all right, maybe I should kind of reassess situations. But I know Buddha. I mean, I don't know Buddha, but I know what Buddha entails, and he would never say that about anyone, right? And so if he's not going to say anything about someone, then why should I worry about someone who is not even at that level? Who's not even at that level? They're just the same as me. We're all in the same boat. Why would I worry about someone else's opinion of me when they are not better than me, when they are not doing anything better than me? It's like those people who give you advice on relationships, but they've never been in a happy relationship themselves, Or like those people who give you advice on how to save money or to make more money when they themselves are in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. That's the kind of situation I always think of. When someone is trying, or when I'm thinking that someone is better than me, I think to myself, why? How are they better than me? How are they different than me? How are they not the same exact human being? We're all exactly the same anyways. We're all dealing with the same shit. How to find love, how to be happy, how to live the best version of yourself as much as possible, how to give back as much as possible before you die. You know, all the same shit over and over and over again. And so why would I worry about someone else's opinion of me when they're in exactly the same boat as me? It doesn't make any sense, right? So those are 2 or 3 different ways of whenever it's all about abstract thinking, all about mental masturbation, kind of mentally changing situations so that you can kind of see it in a different manner. None of it's physical. I'm not doing anything physical. I'm not changing the world in any way. I'm just changing my own opinion of the matter, because that's all you can really do. You can't change someone else's opinion of you. You can't stop people from talking about you. You cannot stop people from thinking about you. You can't do any of that. Nothing can be changed except your own opinions and your own thinking about the subject. So again, whoever it was who asked me this question, I hope this helps. These are techniques that I've used over and over again, and perhaps in the beginning you will be a little bit uncomfortable with them, or they might not make sense to you, but if you keep on using them over and over again, they'll become a part of your life and part of your personality. And now I don't do them even consciously. Whenever I get into a mode of worrying about what other people think, unconsciously I go into the same kind of mental abstract thinking that I've spoken about, and I'll be able to turn myself back around again and stop worrying about what other people think about me. So it takes a little bit of time, but you will get used to it as time goes on. Again, if you have any other questions about this, please let me know. I'm obviously here to answer any questions you might have. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.